Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Today is February 22nd, 2026. We will be sharing with us today in this hour of discovery and recovery the message I've titled, as you can see on the screen, From Breakdown to Breakthrough, Turning Pressure into Possibility. Turning pressure into possibility. I want you to say to the person seated next to you, your breakdown is not a total loss. That you are falling doesn't make you a failure. That you have failed a course does not make you a failure. That you don't have enough money today doesn't make you a poor person. And this is the reality of life. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest with ourselves. I have some few questions to ask, which I will expect answers later. Who among you seated this evening that has ever felt overwhelmed? Who among you or any among us seated this evening that has failed an exam? I will give you an example of myself. In my final year in the university, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, final exam, there was a particular course that I know before the exam very good in that particular course, and it's called Advanced Financial Accounting. Even before that exam, I have solved different problems for my classmates, my coursemates. That many of them, after the lecturers have taught us in class, if they have not come to see Adebayo to teach them, they are not satisfied. But then, during this particular exam, final exam, 400 level, as I got into the hall, we are given the question papers. The moment I look at the question papers, I notice I don't have understanding on how to go about those questions again. And right in the hall, I was not talking to myself, talking to my paper. But this particular question is the same question I've solved for students before the exam. I couldn't answer the questions. But after a while, I was just able to just touch and touch. But immediately, I knew that I was going to carry over that particular course. And others who I thought were able to answer this question without any struggle. And when the result came out, everybody lined up in the office of the lecturer who taught us, because people were asking, they will call their admission number or matriculation number, and he will tell them you passed. He won't tell them the grade. So when it was my turn, as soon as I called my number, U91AC 1023, he said failed. And I called the number again. He said you failed. Other students were scared. They left. They were afraid to even ask. I don't know whether you are in my shoe or you currently have similar experience. You have tried a business, it failed, or you are a student, you have failed a course. That failure doesn't define you. At the end of the day, of course, if you are in your final year and you did not pass on your course, you will not be allowed to graduate. They had to introduce an extended semester. And I registered for that course. That was a repeat course. But then, before the result even came out, somehow the department came up with a policy and said anybody who scored up to 39, thereabout, between 35 and 39 or 40, should be allowed to cross. And that was how I passed that exam with the last grade, which is E. Ladies and gentlemen, but at the end of the day, despite having 40, the last grade in advanced financial accounting, To the glory of God, I still came out as the overall best graduating student in my set. We were over 400 in my set with foreigners in that class. One thing about life is this: when you suffer breakdown, as long as you don't give up, God, who know the end from the beginning, will turn that your breakdown as raw materials for breakthrough. That's what happened in my own case. I'm asking you another question. Have you been misunderstood? Maybe you try to explain yourself to your teachers, to your parents, and rather than reasoning with you, they are seeing the other side. Have you felt like giving up as cases are paramount today in today's world? See challenges everywhere. No money to spend, nowhere to sleep, no food to eat, and you feel like giving up. I have a good news for every one of you. Breakdown moments are real, but they are not the end of your story. Behind every glory is a story. If all what you desire just come on a platter of gold, you may not appreciate it. Have you seen boxers before? When they go boxing, some boxers, they will knock them down, maybe first round, second round, and eventually, because they did not give up, they will come and win the boxing tournament or the boxing contest. What do we mean by breakdown? What is a breakdown, ladies and gentlemen? A breakdown is emotional pressure. Have you been pressurized emotionally? That sometimes you will feel they don't like you, they don't love you, you don't feel love, you don't feel appreciated, that you have even shown love, but instead of getting love in reciprocation, you are getting hatred. Or you have done some things good, you have been kind to people, and instead of commendation, what you are getting is condemnation. Breakdown is academic failure. Breakdown is financial hardship. Breakdown can also be family struggle. Breakdown can also be rejection or disappointment. Have you been disappointed before? Some of you, I'm talking to the adult and the matured mind. Maybe you have suffered disappointment in a relationship. We had a case in the time past, some years back. One of my students came to me for counseling, and she came crying and crying. And she said, "Sir, he disappointed me. He broke my heart." She was weeping that the guy broke her heart. And I smiled. I said, "See, your heart is not broken. Your heart cannot be broken. Your heart is not a bottle or calabash that can be broken. He has only stretched your heart." So when you walk with this understanding, your heart is not a bottle. Your heart is not a calabash that can be broken. Your guy have only stretched your heart. He has prepared you for develop a thin skin, because human being will always be human being. And I made her to smile first. I asked her a question. What do you want now? If you say this guy has broken your hand, has broken your heart, he just called and say was no longer interested in the relationship. And I asked her a question. What do you want? She smiled. She said, "I want my guy back. I want him back." And I asked her to pause and do imagination. Let her imagine. So imagine him coming back. She started smiling. So at that point, and I told her, if I give you some information or instruction, are you going to follow it? She said yes. Time will not permit me. Maybe our next presentation, I will share with us the instruction I gave to her. And she followed. Few days into the exam, she was preparing for exam when this disappointment happened. Few days into the exam, I was in my office and I saw her. She came smiling. I said, "What happened?" She said, "Sir, you won't believe it. When I put into practice the instruction you gave to me, this guy did not only say he was going to continue the relationship, he left his state and traveled to Nasarawa State University, Kefi, to come and see her." And the good news I'm giving to you today, ladies and gentlemen, they are happily married as I'm talking to you with children. So failure or breakdown is a temporary thing. It doesn't define you. I say, what is breakdown? Remember, that's the question. It feels like this is too much. There are some things that happen to you. Say, this is too much. I cannot take it. It feels like I am not enough. It feels like, why is this happening to me? Every one of us asks this question, including myself. I say, why am I passing through this? Why is this happening to me? Some time ago, in a place I work, there was an attack by wicked forces. I was poisoned in the realm of the spirit. I was in my house and I woke up from this state of sleeping. I was foaming. I woke up, I noticed I was foaming. And one day I asked the Spirit of God, why am I passing through this? And the answer he gave to me was, say, the enemy don't waste his arrows on corpse. You know the meaning of that? If somebody is already dead and you are still shooting the person who is already dead, so what impact will your bullet have on that person? Ladies and gentlemen, the truth about pressure, diamonds are formed under pressure. Nothing good comes cheap. Nothing good comes easy. Gold is refined in fire. Seeds grow in darkness. Can you see this seed here now? Can you see diamond here? See, diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is refined. See fire here. Without fire, gold will not be produced. So without challenges and pressure, the best of you will not come out. Pressure is not proof of defeat. It is a proof of potential. That you are passing through pressure, that you have suffered one breakdown or the other is a proof that there is a breakthrough somewhere. Why breakdown happens sometimes? It will interest us to know the reasons why we have breakdown sometimes, despite the fact that you have done all you need to do. Number one, to reveal hidden strength. How can you console somebody who is in pain if you yourself have not experienced this pain before? How can you say you want to heal the scare on somebody's body if you have not had similar experience? Some of the issues of life is not in theory. It is sweeter in the mouth of someone who have experienced it. And that's why I've advised people, do not ignore your pains. They are trials and challenges that God is allowing us to pass through so as to prepare you to be in a good position to heal those who have similar experience. Ladies and gentlemen, have you experienced disappointment before? Myself, privileged, sharing with you today. Yes, I've experienced it. And today, if somebody come to me and say, there is disappointment, there is lack, there is poverty, I've experienced all this before. When they say poverty, I have experienced poverty before. And because of the experience I have about poverty, I now have that compassion when I see men, when I see women in lack and want. Ladies and gentlemen, it will interest you to know that as a result of what I have suffered when I was growing up, I've shared with us, my father and my mother were stark illiterate before they left this world. They couldn't read, they couldn't write. When other women are buying ashwebi in our compound, then my mother will not buy. She was a petty trader. All the little money she gathered, she will say, I don't need to buy ashwebi. My children must go to school. So out of this compassion, when I see students who have great potential, when I see children who have great potential, but they cannot afford expensive school, expensive education, because this compassion that gave birth to White Knight Academy, wherein till date we have not changed, that our school fees, our tuition fees I think it's tuition free, but school fee remains 17,000. They are about. Why breakdown happens sometimes to redirect you. To redirect you. If you suffer a breakdown in a particular aspect, it is to give you a signal to change direction, to change tactics, to build character. Some of you who have entered into any relationship without counseling and you experience disappointment and regret, it will build your character that it is good. I have a good character. I've seen cases where even marriages clash because of bad character. The woman will not be submissive and the husband will not love the wife as the scripture has commanded. And you will now see there are a lot of them today. You see some single mothers, even men. It's not only women that are regretting. They'll say, if only I have taken correction, if only I have done it right, I won't be passing through these things I'm passing through. So to build our character, to prepare you for responsibility, breakdown happen so you can have experience. And when you have the experience and God now lifts you, you will be able to take up responsibility and become a responsible person. Then number 5, to awaken the greatness inside you. Ladies and gentlemen, lying inside every man and woman is a sleeping giant. And it takes challenges for you to wake up. There are some of you listening to me today. God has deposited inside of you what it takes to go and learn skills like the AI training we are introducing in our school, White Nile Academy, Abuja, Nigeria. And we said has been discounted for 10,000. It's 1 month training, one contact every week for 1 month. Some of you have that potential. You have the skills, you know about technology, but you are doing nothing about it. You are not doing anything about it. But when you now have challenges, maybe you want to buy some petty things, your parents say they don't have money to give to you. Your friends say they also have their own problem to solve with their money. It is this breakdown that will now force you to look inward. What do I have that I can build to put the required money in my pocket or my bank account? I've been there before. I have my BSc, I have my master's, I have a professional qualification, but the job was not forthcoming. And one day I just asked myself, what is it do I have that I can trade for money? And I answered myself, I can teach accounting. But how do I get the people that will need my service? It was them I launched out. So I started in 1998 as a teacher with my master's degree, with my professional qualification. And my salary was 8,336. I still have the appointment letter till date. But today, the story has changed from being a secondary school teacher to now owning a private school. And by the grace of God, very soon, through my hands and by the help of the Almighty God, we will also have another university that will be launched very soon, ACCSA Global University, which will be tuition free, so that it can reach out to the less privileged. So breakdown happens sometimes to awake the greatness inside of you. There are some of you today, if your friend did not disappoint you, you will not wake up from your sleep and slumber. If there is no failure, you will not take your academics seriously. The difference between breakdown and breakthrough, just watch as we close. Breakdown focus on pain. Breakthrough focus on purpose. Breakdown, we ask, why me? Breakthrough, we say, what can I learn? Can you make sense from this? When you are down there, somebody who is not ready to break through or to go forward, why me? But somebody who is informed, as you are being informed today, say, what can I learn from this experience I have? Breakdown is fear-driven. Breakthrough is growth-driven. I love this. Breakdown ends in quitting. Some people, when they experience challenge, they quit, but they forget this adage that says, winners never quit and quitters never win. So breakthrough, we say, begins in resilience. The situation may be the same. The mindset makes the difference. So your mindset is what makes the difference. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 ways to turn pressure into possibility. Number 1, change your perspective. Change your mentality. Those people who are punishing you, stop saying they are punishing you. Change your mentality. They are only polishing you. So if somebody, or if you feel somebody is punishing you, change your mentality. They are not punishing you. They are polishing you. Opposition is a signpost on your destiny. Opposition is a proof of your strong position. When you mind your opposition, you lose your position. Ladies and gentlemen, write this down. It is good for people to mind you. When they mind you, it means you are relevant. But if you are doing your things alone, nobody mind you, nobody care about you, check, is there future in what you are doing? So change your mentality. Ask, what is this teaching me? Number 2, control what you can. You can't control everything, but you can control effort. You can control your effort, the effort you put in when there are challenges. Number 3, learn from the experience. And what we are saying here, every failure carries feedback. Number 4, surround yourself with strength. Avoid negative voices during tough seasons. Number 5, take one small bold step. Progress breaks pressure. You are not a failure by falling down, but you are a failure when you remain on the floor. Real life examples. A student faced WAEC once. See one example, listen. Study smarter, becomes top of class. An athlete loses a competition, trains harder, wins later. A rejection letter becomes motivation for excellence. The same me, privileged to share with you today. I did not pass my WAEC one sitting. As a matter of fact, when I wrote my WAEC in government secondary school, Safe, then this is Zamfara State. No, yeah, in Zamfara State. Maybe it was Sokoto State then. I credited some course, some subject. I had distinction in some subject, but my English and math, I had pass. I did not have credit. But I did not allow that one to weigh me down. I had to go and register for external WAEC. And when I sat for the external WAEC, all 8 subjects, it was when I credited them, some A's, some credits. Breakdown often starts where embarrassment begins. Write this one down, very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. It is not over when situation or circumstances make it look as if it's over. As a matter of fact, when men and circumstances shows that it is over, it is then God will take over. And when God takes over, then it is over. But God will not take over until you invite God to take over. So breakthrough often starts where embarrassment begins. In conclusion, as we close, your current situation is temporary. Tell the person sitting next to you, your current situation is temporary. You will not end in shame. Your situation will not end in disgrace. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. The world is waiting for your arrival. Begin to manifest. Your current situation is temporary. This season is not your identity. A bad result does not make you a failure. Being delayed is not being denied. Delay is not denial. Storms pass, growth remains. The question I'm asking you as I conclude, what pressure are you currently facing? You ask yourself. After this, my presentation, these are reflection questions that I expect the coordinator to handle there. To ask yourself, what pressure are you currently facing? Please share with one another. We are not wasting our time coming for this hour of discovery and recovery. One of the goals of this meeting or this platform is for us to listen to your pressure so that we can guide you on a way out. We heard the story of a young man whose parents died early, and he had no option but to stay with an uncle. And the wife of this uncle said all manner of statements, negative words against him. Among others, this is a true life story. The uncle's wife will tell him, nothing good can come out of you. Coming to this world is a waste. In fact, the mother that gave birth to you has even wasted a 9 months carrying you pregnant. All manner of negative words. And this guy allowed this thing to settle within him. And he now began to work with that mentality that nothing good can come out of him. He has been written off, he has been condemned. And one day, this guy made up his mind that let him end it. He wanted to go and commit suicide. And he went to a bridge in Lagos. He wanted to jump into the lagoon to just end it. Because somebody have written him off that nothing good can come. The good Samaritan step in. He did not allow it to happen. Why do you want to end? Why do you want to kill yourself? And he said, this is what I've been passing through. Thank God he opened up. And the person encouraged him, no, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. What she has said doesn't define you. Today, that guy is a graduate doing wonderfully well. So, reflection question, what strength is this pressure building in you? What small action can you take this week to move forward? The breakthrough mindset. See what the breakthrough mindset will say. I am stronger than this moment. I will not quit. I am growing through this. My story is still being written. I expect you to repeat all this. I am stronger than this moment. I will not quit. I am growing through this. My story is still being written. Closing charge. Breakdown is not the end. It is a bridge. It is the classroom of champions. Your breakthrough may be hidden inside your pressure, or your breakthrough may be hiding inside your pressure. The final declaration, pressure will not crush me. Say it to yourself, pressure will not crush me. It will shape me. This is my season of growth, strength, and breakthrough. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention. This is the message for today.
We'll take some of the questions since I think Prof didn't have time with us. So we'll take some of the questions that we have.
So, coordinator,
get,
please take it up.
yes, sir.
Those questions we've asked, let them share their experience, pressure, what are the pressures, challenges, and as you do that, we can call it a day. Thank you for your attention once again. See you this same time next week. Invite others. You cannot afford to miss this hour of discovery and recovery.